A long, long time ago, after the great flood, all the people on earth spoke the same language. They could talk to each other easily and understand one another perfectly. As they traveled together, they found a beautiful, large, flat plain in the land of Shinar. They decided to settle there and build a great city. The people said to one another, "Let's make bricks and bake them thoroughly." They used brick instead of stone and tar instead of mortar. Then they had a grand idea. "Come, let us build ourselves a city with a tower that reaches to the heavens. Let's make a name for ourselves so that we won't be scattered over the face of the whole earth." Everyone in the city worked together, making bricks and stacking them higher and higher. The tower grew taller and taller, almost touching the clouds. The people were very proud of their work. They thought, "Look at what we have accomplished. We are so powerful and clever." But God was watching from heaven. He saw the city and the tower the people were building and knew that their hearts were filled with pride. They were more interested in making a name for themselves than in remembering and honoring God. God said, "If as one people speaking the same language they have begun to do this, then nothing they plan to do will be impossible for them. They are becoming too proud and self-reliant. It is not good for them to forget about me." So, God decided to mix up their language. One morning, as the people went to work, something strange happened. When one person asked for a brick, another person might bring straw instead because they couldn't understand the request. It was all very confusing. The builders started to argue and could no longer work together. They couldn't understand each other anymore because they spoke different languages. The confusion was so great that they eventually gave up on building the tower. They scattered across the earth, just as God had intended. The city and the unfinished tower they left behind were called Babel, which means confusion, because their God confused the language of the whole world. From that day on, the people spread out over the earth, forming different nations and speaking different languages. They learned to work together in smaller groups, and they never forgot the lesson of the Tower of Babel. The story of the Tower of Babel teaches us the importance of humility and remembering that our abilities and achievements are gifts from God. It reminds us not to become too proud or self-reliant, but to work together with respect and gratitude. We should always remember to honor God in our actions and not seek glory for ourselves alone.